Okay, hello dear student. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Uh, let's start chapter 9 of our thing, the one before the last. As you can see, chapter 9, e-marketing management is the topic. The objectives are define integrated marketing communication, IMC, and the importance of hierarchy of effects model, the characteristics of the major media and the internet media characteristic, how marketers use the internet for advertising, marketing, public relations, sales promotion, and direct marketing. We will discuss about differentiation and differentiate among broadcast, narrowcast, and pointcast electronic media. Outline the media for buying media and vehicle for evaluating. So that will be the first set of our objectives, and actually the only set that we have this chapter. So as usual, all of our marketing classes are going to start with basically a case study. So today we are going to discuss about this BMW films that they've done for their advertising campaign. Okay. So 85% of BMW buyers use the internet for basically research before purchasing a car. As you can see, a significant number of internet users BMW buyers are going to go through internet to see how many different models BMW has, and then what are the things. So let's talk about the rest of the facts. BMW marketers wanted to drive potential customers to website and give them reasons to linger them. BMW hired famous actors and directors to create short action films on bmwfilm.com. They used an IMC campaign that included print ads to drive traffic to the site and place BMW cars in the films. I don't know whether you watched those BMW movies or not, but if you see, you can see that there are so many different actors and actresses that they were used. Yes, James Bond was there, as well as, for example, Madonna as a singer was there. So many different British and American actors and actresses to bring more popularity and fame to these movies and definitely create traffic. Since 2001, the site has drawn 20 million viewers at a cost of $1.2 per person. So you can see if there are 20 million viewers and then you cost each of them 1.2, you can roughly see how much you spend, which is 20 million, $20,400,000 they spent to bring these customers to their basically website. But definitely you can see the significance of the amount and then how they could, so that can justify the amount that they spend. BMW expected 40% of viewers to register and become sales leads as well. You see, they are not just viewers that they come in and see the website. They can be viewers that they come, register, and then later on, not necessarily buying the product, but they can be sales agent as well. Like, what do we mean by sales leads? If they can create this word of mouth and let the rest know about such a thing, and then definitely create a better awareness in the market and better advertising campaign. The films reportedly lead to a 74% sale increase at BMW. You can see the significant amount of sale increment just because of these successful BMW advertising campaign. Can you think of other products besides the BMWs that would benefit from a similar creative approach to integrated marketing communication? Do we have anybody? You can just write it in, anybody in the class who's going to talk about that, you can just write it in the chat box. If there are other products that you think they can use the same technology and get the same result. If okay, there is nobody who's going to come up with an example. I can have some examples. We can talk about electronic devices. For example, companies or other car companies. Mr. Javed Ghayumi is saying that Toyota, yes. Apple is another, yes. Toshiba. All of these giants in electronic appliances, electronic gadgets, or car industries, they can do the same using this endorsement by celebrities and get more people to come and buy their products. For example, there is a famous headphone called Beats. This headphone started doing the whole thing by getting endorsement from the big celebrity singers and so on. For example, Justin Bieber as a new teenage singer was their face, and they could arrange to get a huge amount of money from sale by having these endorsements. Nowadays, as you can see, yes, it's very, very common. Perfumes are very, very common. Watches are very, very common. When it comes to products like luxurious products, again, it's very, very common. For example, Gillette, constantly using celebrities, from David Beckham to Zinedine Zidane to Tiger Woods, and all those for getting the popularity. And that is a common practice nowadays. So what is this integrated marketing communication, IMC? IMC is a cross-functional process for planning, executing, and monitoring brand communication. So as you can see, all of these are going to be all together to get the best IMC, which is integrated marketing communication. With what? With consumer and customers. The goal is to profitably acquire, retain, and grow customers. So you do all of these IMC to get a better number of customers that they are profitable, or keep whoever you have as your customer and serve them in a way that they are happy and they will talk about that and other people can join. So this population is going to grow. IMC strategy requires a thorough understanding of target stakeholders, the brand, its competition, and other factors. As you can see, we call it integrated marketing communication because simply it has different factors involved. Here what we look at understanding of target stakeholders. You see, stakeholders of a business can be people, can be competitors, consumer, government, shareholders, different NGOs, whoever they can be influenced by our product is our stakeholder. So target stakeholder has to be understood. Besides the brand by itself, who are the main competitors in the market, and what are the main brands that we are competing against, and as well as the other factors that may influence our marketing communication. So we are going to do all to come up with the best result possible. Marketing communication tools. What are these marketing communication tools that in integrated marketing communication we're going to use them? Marcom consists of both planned and unplanned messages between firms and customers and among customers as well. So we call them one of the basic marketing communication tools that we have is Marcom, or marketing communication, that you're going to end up having planning, planned messages as well as unplanned messages between you and customers, as well as between customers by themselves. For example, you send them, and by viral marketing, you're expecting them to send to each other because there is some nice value in that. So customers are going to make their friends aware of that and get the same benefit. E-marketers can enhance Marcom or marketing communication by using innovative technologies. There's so many different technologies nowadays that can help you to come up with a better, for example, marketing communication. As you can see, viral marketing that I just told you, guerrilla marketing, buzz marketing, all of them are different type of techniques that you use to be able to. Every single day there are new techniques coming to the picture, and marketers try to use them to be able to get the best benefit, the best possible way to approach the customers. Internet marcom may include advertising, sales, Miss Lida, you have to be on mute, please. Put yourself on mute, please. Okay. Internet marcom may include advertising, sales promotion, marketing, public relations, as well as direct marketing. So as you can see, all of these different techniques are going to be there to help us to come up with a better marketing communication. From advertising by itself, how in your website you do things that, or coming up with some promotions that can create a huge buzz, marketing, public relation. From public relation point of view, how you can enhance your communication skills to be able to reach more customers, and all of those. So just when you're coming to class, make sure that you are mute. I'm going to create this mute on arrival for everybody. So marketing, communication, media. The internet is just one of many media used to carry marcom messages. So as you can see, marketing communication is not going to be just through internet. Internet is one of the media. So we have other medias, like for example, we have TVs, we have radios, we have newspapers, we have banners, we have any different type of marketing tool that can help us to send a message, which is that communicating message, which is having the marketing load. Based on their ability to reach increasingly narrower audience, electronic media can be viewed as broadcast, as you can see, TV and radio, narrowcast, cable TV, pointcast, internet, and cell phone. Pointcast, when you exactly point to who you want to target. Narrowcast, certain type of people who are watching. Broadcast, whoever was in the market, whether they are watching TV or listening to radio. All media have strengths and weaknesses, as shown in Exhibit 13.2. I don't really, okay. We don't have this exhibit here, unfortunately, because I initially uploaded this, but then I tried to upload the new one that I already changed and make it black. So maybe you can do it. I tried to upload this in chat box, but I don't really think that it's going to come with good results. Yes, as I can see. But what you can do is please monitor on your own PowerPoint slides. You can see I can read it. If you just make it black, you can understand. The strengths and weaknesses of media. You have different criteria from, let me just make it a little bit bigger, then it can be much easier to, okay, the size is 11, now I'm going to make it 16, okay. The criterions are involvement, media richness, geographic coverage, CPM, reach, targeting, track effectiveness, and message flexibility. We have these medias are the ones that we are working on. TV, radio, magazine, newspaper, direct, internet. And then you see they have different, for example, when it comes to involvement, TV is passive, radio is passive, means you cannot really put your input as a customer on the magazine. Active means you can read it, you can think about that. Again, you read it if you want it. Newspaper, the same thing. Direct mail, the same thing. Internet, interactive. Even you can have your own comment on it and immediately get another response. So this is how internet works. Let's look at another one, media richness. Multimedia is TV because you have so many things there. You can hear, you can see, you can When it comes to radio, it's just audio. With magazine, text and graphic. Newspaper, text and graphic. Direct mail, text and graphic. Internet, multimedia. Again, you have all together. Another one is geographic coverage, global, local. As you can see, TV is global, radio local, magazine global, newspaper local. Direct media varies, it depends, and then internet go as and up to the end. So we have different type of criteria and different type of things. You can go through the rest and see the differences that we have there. You are saying just highlight. Okay. Yes, I can do it, but then the one that I shared here, I cannot do any changes here. I don't really think that we can. Okay, let me see. You're saying highlight. No, there is no way that we can highlight, Mr. Here we cannot highlight actually. Yes. You can highlight the original one. That I've done. I don't know. You're saying the monover on text, Mr. Nuristani, you're saying that just to the side. Yeah, just highlight this slide with red for other side. But the one that is here, yeah, original one, yes. I have done it already. But then I wanted to replace it. I should go out from the whole thing and make another person presenter as well as host, and it would take time. So that's why I just did on my original one and I explained it for you, and I wanted you to do the same so you could see what I'm talking about. So thank you anyway. So IMC, integrated marketing communication goals and strategies. Let's talk about them. The IDA and think, feel, do, hierarchy of effects model help guide selection of online and offline marketing tools. So these are the subcomponents. Consumers first become aware of a product before they develop feeling and purchase it. So that is a fact. Okay, the fact that if you don't know about the product, so how you want to have feeling about that? This is really important. So at the beginning, customer has to know what's going on, and then they will end up having this basically feeling, thinking that okay, that product is gonna be something important, and so on. So for the people, there is a question here, as I can see in the that you're asking what IDA is standing for. I just put it here for you. A is attention, awareness, attract the attraction of the customer. I, interest, raise customer interest by focusing on demonstrating advantages and benefits instead of focusing on features as in traditional advertising. D, desires, convenience customer that they want to and desire the product or service, and that it satisfy this need. And then action, which is the last one. A, lead customers towards taking action. As you can see, first you have to make them aware, then application, that depends on whether the product purchasing decision is high or low involvement. So high involvement means customer is going to be highly involved in that product, or low involvement means a lower involvement of customer is needed. The model can help. So the more sophisticated the product is, the more expensive the product is, the more high-tech the product is, the higher the involvement of the customer. The lower all those sophistications and its price and its thing, the lower the company. For example, you are lower involved in buying mineral water rather than buying a laptop. You see, when you want to buy your car or laptop or your cell phone, you're highly involved. Why? You want to buy your water, you are not going to be that much engaged and involved. So the model can help marketers select appropriate communication objectives and strategies such as build brand equity, elicit a direct response. As you know, brand equity is a certain level of brand loyalty. that you create, and then you cause your customers to come and recognize your brand among other brands and be loyal and keep buying your product. This is the ultimate loyalty to your brand in a way that when they see your brand among other brands, they're definitely gonna come for your brand. For example, if you're happy with your Levi's jeans and you've been buying that for a long time, you kind of have a brand equity to our brand, Levi's of jeans, simply because you can recognize it, you will be loyal to that, and then you will distinguish that brand among other brands. Obviously, the direct response will be the response of the customer when the equity is there. Simply, they will act very actively to get the product. Internet advertising. Advertising is a non-personal, usually persuasive communication about products or ideas by an identified sponsor. It's quite clear. It's a very, very general definition for advertising, as you can see. We do this non-personally, usually persuasive. It's convincing. You try to persuade people by certain communication and information about the product or ideas about that to get certain people, to get those customers as your target market or your segment to buy your product. And definitely that is sponsored by certain sponsors. All paid space on a website or in an email is considered advertising. As you can see, all of the websites that you go and you see that there are information here and over there in different corner of the website about the product and other products. They're all the advertising that's happening. You may receive these viral emails that come into your basically as inbox, and you see at the end there are different type of advertisement information. Online advertising reached $7.3 billion US, 3% of advertising dollars spent in 2003. That is 2003, and definitely after one decade, 2013 is bearing much more advertising, online advertising, and you can see the significance of this. Okay, Miss Javed Rayumi said, I cannot hear. Guys, can you hear me? Other students, can you hear me? Okay, so Mr. Ayumi, maybe there is something wrong with your system. Okay, so good. Let's explain the rest. Ad spending by Medium in 2003. This is how different companies have spent on different advertising campaigns, and you can see the percentage of each. Direct postal email has the highest, which is 23%. Yellow pages 7%, radio 9%, outdoor or banners, all those things 2%, internet 3%, cable TV 9%, magazine 6%, network TV or global TV is going to be 20%, and newspapers 21%. So you can see the share of different type of media in doing advertisement in 2003. Definitely these chunks are different now. The share of, for example, internet definitely significantly more than this. Maybe you will find less direct postal mail nowadays, more network TV or cable TV, and all those things. Internet advertising format. There are three major internet advertising vehicles. Email is the most common one when you receive the advertising campaign in your email box and you receive, for example, about different companies. Wireless content sponsorship. Wireless content sponsorship is another basically type of internet advertising that you may get, and websites. When you go to different websites and you want to get the, for example, when you go to a search engine, what you get over there is basically again another time. Sometimes you see you go to different wireless system and you may end up you want to use their wireless. At the beginning, you have to go to a certain website to be able to even start using the internet. That will be a wireless content sponsorship. For example, you are in Starbucks and you want to use a Starbucks wireless system to be able to connect to internet. The first website that you are going to go through by force, by wireless, is the website of the Starbucks. And that is how wireless content sponsorship is going to work. Most advertising expenditures in 2003 were for this. Most of the companies that spent for the advertising campaign, online advertising campaign, they went through these three main ones: keyword search, classify ads, and sponsorship. So as you can see how the internet marketing that was around 3% of the whole advertising campaigns in the world in 2003 was divided in three different categories. What is search marketing? Search marketing is unique to the online environment. There are two main tactics for search basically marketing. Keywords, contextual advertising refers to word buys at search engine site. For example, you go and put, you are looking for example, the best mechanic shop near your area. When you put the mechanic shop over there or certain spare part name there, you will end up having so many advertisements related to that area or that environment that you're searching the word from to pop out, simply because you are asking for that certain information. For example, you want to rent a car or you want to buy a car. You will end up having so many advertisements about renting or selling cars, second-hand cars, whatsoever. Search engine optimization involves altering a website so that it does well in a crawl-based listing of search. For example, if you have a website, you can use certain techniques to be able to make your website address being ranked in search, for example, top 10 search engine results. That is definitely giving you a better edge to compete with your competitors. There are some certain techniques to do so. There are some technical companies in the world that they help you to do so. These are IT basic things. And that will be another way that you can be at a very good competitive mode in comparison with your competitors. Very simple again. For example, you have a coffee shop which is selling coffee as well as cakes and other pastries. And you're in a location, for example, in the city center. And there is a tourist who is looking for all of these coffee shops in city centers. If you come up with a very good optimization, engine optimization, if that certain tourist type, for example, the best coffee shop in city center, most probably your website is going to be ranked in top 5, top 10 site, and simply he can see you, and so he can come to your place based on the address that you have in your website. But if you don't have that optimization, by the way that you are maybe a very good cafe, but you may not be able to being ranked in the top 10 or top 5. So you see how engine optimization, basically search engine optimization, is going to really help the website to be more popular and being more visited by online users. Many search engines charge a slotting fees for the top positions of search engines. You can have that as well. You can have, for example, a certain agreement with the basically Google to be able to be ranked in top, for example, 5, top 10, as I told you, and this is another way. Methods used to improve search engine ranking. These are different methods. As I told you, there are different techniques. Some of them are very, very technical. We are not going to really talk about those technical basically details, but these are nominally the different methods. Changing meta tags, changing page titles, reciprocal linking, purchasing multiple domain names, multiple home pages, hiding keywords in background, paid links, paid per click, as you can see, and none of above. It can be other type of this. Very simple. For example, if you put Yahoo Mail or you put Mail Yahoo, still you go to yahoomail.com. Simply because Yahoo has all of these different, for example, domains. and whenever you put even similar to that, you will be guided to that area. And that is what I was trying to say. So different companies try to have all of these to be able to get the best out of their system. Not necessarily all of them are going to have the same technique. As you can see, some of them, they don't even go for what we were trying to say over there. At the end of the day, uh, there are so many different techniques to be able to reach those basic things. Uh, Ms. Lida Akbar is asking for meta tag. Meta tag is a special HTML tag that provides information about the web page. Unlike normal HTML tags, meta tags do not affect how the page is displayed. So again, I'm going to put this information for you as you're interested to know. As I told you, they're all more IT-based things. So, but if you're interested to know, I can put the information there for you. Interactive display ads, what are those? Display ad formats include the following types. You can have rectangles, pop-ups, banners, and so on. So there are different, basically, types. The industry is attempting to standardize on ad sizes. Animated and highly interactive display ads may become more important in the future. When you, for example, click on certain ad, which is just a basic animation, and it starts showing the movies, it can be one of those basically interactive ads that you're saying, or it can be, as I told you, different banners, pop-ups. For example, you're in the website, suddenly a pop-up comes out. So we have all of these things, and in future it's going to be even more basically common as far as we have all of these new techniques of graphics and so on. What is the sponsorship? A sponsorship integrates editorial content and advertising. Usually, many firms want to build partnerships that provide useful content. A sponsor disclosure is an important issue for e-marketers. Sometimes sponsors, they don't want to be disclosed, and sometimes so you have to really pay attention. This is a very, very important issue for e-marketers to create the proper sponsorship for a sponsor disclosure, and that is another basically things. So as you can see today, we are going to have so many different new keywords that that basically in internet marketing they're going to use. For example, you have this interstitial or Java-based ads that appear while content is loading. They represent only 2% of all web advertising. So for example, you go to Google or Yahoo Mail, while you're trying to use it and password you put there inside, you may end up having some of the ads appearing right beside your left, like for example, left side of your computer monitor. That is, for example, interstitial. Superstitials are videos like ads that appear when a user moves their mouse across a page. Had this experience when you were, for example, going through certain website, and while you are going to different part, you're trying to find the right icon to click on. You may end up having some videos, and these are superstitial. They utilize Flash and Java to make them entertaining and fast. And you can see these are the softwares that they use to make them basically entertaining. And we have show scrollers and screen interrupts, or 5 to 8 second flash animation that run through a web page. But nowadays, most of the people that they go online, they are kind of trying to avoid this type of things. The moment that they see them, they immediately try to close them or try to avoid them, simply because they put them away from what the main purpose is all about. Still, lots of marketers in the world try to use this type of technique. Marketing public relation, what is that? MPR. Public relation consists of activities that influence public opinion and create goodwill for the organization. As you can see, public relation is all about taking care of the image of organization among the stakeholders and also other people outside that they're going to get benefit or influenced by the company. So you are trying to do whatever possible activity to come up with a better opinion of people about your company. Marketing public relations include brand-related activities. What you can do to highlight your brand more or create a better image, such as online events and non-paid third-party media coverage. If you can do so, definitely you are contributing to your marketing public relations. A website can serve as an electronic brochure as well. You see, there are lots of websites, as I told you before, that nowadays they give you the online brochure. For example, all of these famous fast foods that they have the online catalog and brochure, and you can go through that and find out what they have, what are the ingredients, how it makes them, and so on. Blogs are online diaries that marketers can use to draw customers to their site as well. Using of blogs also is really, really popular among marketing practitioners. They simply use them as far as they have the least cost possible. They use them to attract more customers to come in and then buy their products, whether online or offline. And these are different types of techniques and tools to do this marketing public relations in the best possible way, to create a very good awareness, which is a positive, absolutely goodwill awareness about your product, simply by using whatever you have online. We are going to talk about another keyword here, community building. And this community building sites can build community through chat rooms, discussion groups, and online events. For example, community of all of Nissan users. They call them Nissan Crazy Group. That is actually a group that they have an online identity. So all of those Nissan users that they have their own website, they have their own chat rooms, they go in, they share some knowledge, and the fact that they have all the Nissan car make them relate. User can post email messages on bulletin boards or news groups simply by having access to these groups. And we have this LICSER or listserv is an email discussion group with regular subscribers that they all usually have the same thing. Listservs push content to subscriber email boxes. Like for example, if you have been using Groupon, which is one of these online websites that gives you all of these promotions about offline and online companies and help you to get the best offers possible. You usually receive certain emails from those websites. This website, Groupon, and whenever you open your inbox or log on to your mail provider, service provider, you will end up having so many emails from them. Bulletin boards require users to visit a web page and pull content. That is another specification about this basically communication, community building that you can do. For example, all of the Ferrari users or all of the Lamborghini drivers that they have this car in the town, they may have this access to certain websites, certain subscription or password that gives them certain facilities, like give them news as well as information or any promotion about the spare part or any other extra, for example, information that they may need as the user of that certain car. So what are sales promotion offers? Sales promotions are short-term incentives that facilitate the movement of product to the end user. Usually you use this sales promotion in different occasions that customer find it celebrating. For example, if they are in a certain country, you have different type of holidays for different reasons. You may use them as for the right time to come up with this sales promotion. For example, in in a country with lots of Christians, Christmas time, excuse me, Christmas time is a time that most of people are interested to buy any new product, and they are into shopping. So you can have your sales promotion in that period of time. Most of Muslim countries in the world, they have very good, famous celebrating time, which is around which is around New Year. For example, Malaysia, they call it Hari Raya, which is Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Fitri, and that certain occasion in Malay language is called Hari Raya. During the whole Ramadan time, most of the shopping malls and areas are going to have this specific promotion, and by giving different coupons and rebates and samples, and as you can see, content, sweepstakes, games, premiums, all by to make it much easier, facilitated for customers to buy the product. Internet promotions will comprise 70% of the worldwide promotional market in 2004, up from 15% in 1990. And as you can see, significant difference in just 5 years. 15% of the whole promotions that we had worldwide 1999 was in internet. Now in 2004 it became 70%. Definitely now 2013 is significantly higher than that. What is direct marketing? Direct marketing includes techniques such as all of these that you directly target the customer by himself. Telemarketing is one of those famous ones. Telemarketing is one of those techniques that actually you pick up the phone, call the customer by himself, and try to communicate and make awareness or sell the product. Outgoing email that you periodically send to customers. Postal mail, sending them mails, including catalog marketing. For example, there are people that have been buying your Honda, or they once bought your Honda. So definitely when they buy your product, you have to ask them to register, and then once they register, you can have their email and address and everything, and then you can periodically send your new catalog to them, because these people are more into buying your product as well as they already had your product. So this is retaining the customer. Shopping malls, departmental stores, nowadays they do all of these techniques to be able to bring the customer back. Targeted online ads is another type of direct marketing. Short message services, SMS, that's very, very common. It's a basically deal between the service provider or product seller and telecommunication, for example, service provider. And what they do is they actually come up with an agreement, and they charge them for certain amount, and they can find the right customer in right time. For example, they are interested to send certain message in terms of certain laundry shop or certain district. So they can go to that telecommunication company and say, we're interested to have all of the numbers that register in this area. By giving those, for example, numbers, they have to pay. And this is how it works. Multimedia message services, MMS, as you know, actually give you that opportunity to send pictures as well as video, and instant messaging, IM, which is also there. So there are different types of direct marketing that you may have to be able to reach your customers online and offline. Email, definitely another tool, very famous technique. 22% of typical internet user inbox is marketing related emails. So it's very interesting. You can see 1/5 of the whole inbox of your mail is usually about marketing of different products or sales promotional things. Email has advantages over postal direct market. Average cost less than $0.01, 1 cent. Immediacy and convenience also is there. You can see immediately you can do it, as well as convenient. You don't really need to have all of those postals. Simply is much easier than the basically, as you can see, postal email. Email can be automatically individualized as well. You can directly, for example, in each email, you can write, for example, dear Mr. for example, Ahmed. I'm interested to introduce certain product to you, for example. This is how you individualize your each email to certain customer. It's not like you send the same pattern to all of your customers. So when you do such a thing, individualizing or personalizing that, they feel more obligate and they feel more connected. Email also has disadvantages as well. This is a state for unsolicited email or spam. So usually customers, they have this tendency. So there is no email that basically the emails that they find them irrelevant or just for sake of like basically marketing and stuff, immediately put them in spam and they try to ignore them. Email lists are hard to obtain and maintain. Again, who is the right person to send is important. Your system has to be very, very dynamic in a way that you can get the latest information as fast as possible. So then when you send the information, you're not going to send these emails to junk, to places that they're not going to reach your customer, or simply being spammed or considered junk by the email service providers. Look at here, metrics for electronic and postal emails. Delivery cost per 1,000, you can see email is just $30, while the postal email is $500. You see how significant the difference is. Creative cost to develop $1,000 email, the postal email is $70,000. Click-through rate is email 10%, while from postal mail there is no available information. Customer conversion rate from the potential customer to real customer, email 5%, postal mail 3%. Very simple, like how the chance of you make a potential customer a real customer through email is 5%, but for postal email is just 3%. Execution time, 3 weeks for email, for postal mail 3 months. Response time, 48 hours email, and postal mail 3 weeks. You can see the significant difference. So that's why electronic mail is much more common and popular nowadays than postal email, simply because it's cheaper, more convenient, faster, and more interactive. Other online direct marketing techniques that you may have, we have permission marketing. When consumers opt in, they are giving permission to receive commercial emails about typical topics of interest. For example, there are websites that you can buy the product online. For example, a very good example is www.next.com. It's a website that sells you apparel. If you go to that website, after registering and signing up, you have this certain option that you can click it if you don't want to receive any advertising or information on updated product. If you don't do that, so they will send you periodically every single, for example, week and so on. So that is permission marketing. If you give them that permission, they may end up sending you. If not, they cannot. Viral marketing is the online equivalent of word of mouth marketing. When you will receive a certain mail that you think it's interesting and you want other people to know about that, so you start forwarding it to other people. That is how viral marketing works. Hotmail is a viral marketing success story. Movies such as Blair Witch Project were promoted using viral marketing techniques. Again, for example, I send you the trailer, you like the trailer, and you wanted your friends to know about that trailer so they can go and watch the movie in cinemas and theaters. So you send them the trailer, forward them, and this is how it's spreaded. They send to their friends, and this is how the whole marketing message is going to be spreaded. So it's an online word of mouth. Our word of mouth works in offline. Viral marketing is the equivalent in online situation. Messaging. What is message? Short message services or text messaging that is very popular nowadays are text messages sent over the internet, usually with a cell phone or PDA. Instant messages are sent among users who are online at the same time. And for example, you're in your website using my, for example, features of website, and then I can see you there as well as you're already a subscriber. So whenever you come, I can see your, for example, you have a certain light on, so I can send you an instant message letting you about certain product happening. A lot of websites and try to do so to create a very good interactive mood between themselves and customers. Marketer can build relationship by sending permission-based information where customer want to receive it. If you ask the customer about their permission, excuse me, they will be much happier, and they will definitely, if they find it useful, they will allow you to do so. If they are not interested, they can simply not giving you that, for example, possibility, and this is really good. If there is any flight delays and so on, and your customers bought your product online, you can simply send them these instant messages by letting them know about the flight delay, so they won't go to the airport and waste their time. Music and movie schedules also can be basically, if they are changed, or for example, they bought a certain online concert ticket, or there is a concert that was selling its ticket online, and then any changes in the program, you can simply text your or send instant messages to your users, and they can arrange their time to come up with a better timing. Effective internet buys, what is that? Advertisers trying to reach the largest number of users which will buy a space at portals such as Yahoo and AOL. So usually for you, if you want to do online marketing, the most important thing is how many customers or how many online users per day or per second or per minute or per hour can watch my basically advertisement, and definitely that is highly attributed to the popularity of the website. If you're talking about search engines, definitely they have the highest rank of usage, basically visit, simply because they're very generic. Like for example, Google, Yahoo, and Bing.com and so on. Simply because whenever they have any questions, they put it there and then they get to have the answer. Yahoo Mail, service providers, online service providers, mail providers are going to be all another type. Ad service can track user click stream via cookies and serve ad based on user behavior. Based on what you're doing online, for example, how many different websites you go on each visit. In each website that you go, how long you stay there, how many different pages you watch whenever you go. All of them can be a very good determinant for those ad servers to find the best website and the best time and the best, for example, ways of attracting the customer and targeting them by simply saying which websites are the most common ones and getting the highest number of visits and length of visit. Efficient internet buys, cost per thousand CPM, calculation determine the most effective efficient buy. CPM is ad cost divided to audience size, ad, and multiple 1,000. So basically, cost per thousand means how much you spend to attract 1,000 customers as your client or as your user. That is the main criteria for finding the efficiency in internet buying. Internet audience size is counted using impressions, the number of times an ad was served to basically unique site visitor. Only 46% of website advertising is purchased using the CPM model. 26% utilize the pay performance model. So you can see there are different type of techniques for you to be able to come up with the best efficient way to spend on your online advertisement and getting the best maximum number of customers possible online. What is IMC metrics, integrated marketing communication metrics? How you can see how successful your marketing communication is or how well you've done it. Banner ads are ineffective. Only 0.15% of all users click on them. Rich media ads receive an average of 2.5% click-through. Online ads that were bigger, placed as as I told you, interstitial or content-rich media delivered greater impact. and there is increasing evidence that online and offline advertising work well together. Nowadays, most of the uh, brick and mortar companies in the world that they became click and mortar and they have online campaigns as well, try to come up with a combination of both offline and online advertising campaign to get the maximum number of customers. And apparently, experience shows that these integration of online and offline advertising will work the best among just going through offline or online. So as you can see, for an integrated marketing communication, you have to be able to come up with some certain criteria to be able to see whether it's working very well or not as well. All of these items today in this page and before that could give you a very good understanding of why the whole internet integrated marketing communication is important and how you can increase it, what are the best way of measuring that, and how customers see that, and how different stakeholders are expecting you to act and come to online. And that's all about today, basically explanation. So now is the time. If you have any question about what we have so far, please ask it now. Our other students, do you have any questions? Please ask if you have any question. Mr. Mohib is saying, excuse me, yes, Mr. Mohib, you want to talk or you want to write something there? I can give you the chance to talk. Mr. Mohib? Mr. Mohib, would you like to talk? Okay. Dear students, if you have any questions, please ask now. Students says no question. Others, if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, I want to make some announcement at the end of the class about your final project, as I explained yesterday. Okay, Mr. Mohib, do you have any question? Would you like to write it down, or you want to ask it orally? Mr. Mohib? Okay, Mr. Mohib, apparently you are not able to talk. Okay, no problem. You can write it down in the chat box. Anyway, dear student, as you know, this is the final week for submission of your assignment. You were supposed to submit your assignment the day that you have the class. I'm not expecting to receive your assignments by the end of this week. By the way, that some of the students were asking if it's possible by the end of this week. As I told you before, I expect you to, if you have any for example, basically remaining assignments from these two subjects that you had with me, you have to submit it by this week, and then you won't be entitled of any penalty. As I told you before, please cope with the schedule that I gave you in advance. I received some private message about here and over there that the assignment is ready. It's all right. Please do your best to do it as soon as possible. As far as I received it today, you won't need to be worried at all. As all of you know, one more time I announce this. Next week will be we won't have any class. It will be week 10, but apparently the Worldwide Science came up with this 1 week kind of having the classes off that time. So our final class will be next 2 weeks on 19 August, Monday, and 20 for Monday is leadership, 20 is for electronic marketing, and that's all about it. Immediately after finishing class, your mark all going to be finalized and being submitted. You will be basically informed by the WWS about your forms, about your marks and so on. So please do not ask me and do not contact me about that. I'm not supposed to reveal the marks before WWS. So you just wait for them to announce the marks. And any assignment which is going to be delayed after this 10-week weekend that I told you definitely won't be entitled of getting any marks simply because of the schedule that we have in advance. As you know, ADFH is very close. We will have in Malaysia, it will be the day after tomorrow, which is 2 days later. Most probably in Afghanistan, the same thing. Anyway, I say salam. In Malaysia, they call it Selamat Hari Raya. In Persian, we say Eid al-Fitr Mubarak. I think in Afghanistan, you may say the same thing. Anyway, happy Eid al-Fitr to all of you. I hope that all of your wishes and prayers are going to be accepted by the God. I wish you the best, and see you all by next week. Thank you to all of you.